Hello there guys, welcome to Dino's Vault. Welcome to my first ride review of the Tiger 660 Sport.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything.
Okay, first is the design. Does it have the Tiger DNA, the Tiger character, the Tiger genes within it? Well, having a look at it in flesh, you will agree that it does carry a little bit of Tiger DNA, which is kind of a legendary motorcycle in and of itself in the adventure touring segment. But this comes across as a good value proposition. You have talking about the design, we have LED headlamps with LED DRLs up front. You have a nice tall windscreen which is further adjustable. Then you have this nice chiseled tank. It's a 17-liter tank, so it does justify the adventure touring badge that's or segment that it belongs to. The saddle is very well laid out. Long saddle, lots of space for the rider, adequate space for the pillion as well. The cushioning is very well done. Premium quality foam has been used. Saddle is as comfortable as it can get. Chassis, does it get any tweaks? Well, the subframe is slightly longer to offer more space for the pillion as well as the rider, so they have succeeded in doing that, pulling that off. And being this an adventure touring bike or a road touring bike, it has that comfort factor which really underscores and comes across as a strong point for the Tiger 660 Sport. You have this tank shrouds right here with the Tiger Sport branding, Showa suspension right here, and we'll talk about the suspension in a bit. Chassis is exposed, so is the frame, subframe, and at the back you have just slots to slot on the pannier boxes easily, so that's another good inclusion. The swing arm is an aluminum swing arm and offers supreme handling characteristics, and that along with the rear monoshock and the chassis offers best in class handling and best in class flickability. Talking about the brakes, we get dual 310mm discs up front with Nissan calipers, so you get dual channel ABS as standard, which is not switchable. You also get a disc brake at the back, and that gets a Nissan caliper as well. So dual channel ABS, but ABS is not switchable, but you do get traction control, and traction control is switchable, which means you can turn off traction control. Now talking about the power plant, you have tried and tested 660cc triple inline triple that puts out 81 PS of max power and 64 Newton meters of max torque. The power and torque figures remain the same, and the gearbox is 6-speed gearbox. Gear ratios are well matched. It is not too short nor is it too tall. Talking about the suspension, you get 41mm Showa suspension up front, USD forks which are not adjustable. At the back you get a monoshock with a preload remote adjuster right over here. So that's a good touch for those who want to strap on more luggage and want to tweak the suspension. The tank is a 17-liter tank, well chiseled and offers good tank range. You have a good tank pad right over here. You can grip the tank well because you have these recesses which allow you to grip the tank easily. And tail lamp is the same as that of the Trident. LED turn indicators also remain the same. Talking about the handlebar, very well laid out handlebar, nice and wide, and ergonomics are very well sorted for long distance touring as well as riding standing tall, because the foot pegs are center set. You have aluminum foot pegs for the rider as well as the pillion. Again, you have a huge sprocket at the back. You can check how many teeth they have got, but it is a large sprocket, so the bottom end punch and the mid-range surge is phenomenal. Speedo console. So this is the startup animation for the speedo console. You have the rev counter right up there, you have the speedo right over here, the clock, you have other settings that you can navigate through right over here with the arrow. You have trip details, you have the main menu. Get into the main menu and you have riding modes right over here, rain and road. To the bike setup, here you can adjust the Triumph shift assist, whether you want to enable or disable quick shift. It has been enabled. Indicators, traction control, again you can enable or disable, and time and other details in the regular menu. Right here you have the engine kill switch with the integrated starter button. You have the hazard lamp switch right over here. Here, as I told you, you have the arrows to navigate through the user interface, the main menu button. Here you have dedicated button to change the rider modes, M. So you can just press the M and here you can switch between road and rain with the tap of a button. Another thing most of you ask is how is the engine heating, because Triumphs are known to get hot. So in stop and go traffic it does heat up a wee bit, especially on the left side, on the left foot you tend to feel a little bit of heat, especially with my riding boots on. Still I could feel the heat in traffic, so heating is there, but in a higher capacity middleweight motorcycle you got to take it with a pinch of salt. But apart from that, the handling and the riding dynamics and the acceleration and the triple rush, that actually makes you forget everything else, because the riding pleasure is right on point. Also, many of you might wonder, well, it looks slightly taller, so what about the suspension travel? That is another major point that has to be mentioned. Now this gets same suspension travel as the Trident 660, so this is not a proper adventure motorcycle. It gets a suspension travel of 150 mm front and rear. So if only they had offered a suspension travel of 170 mm at least front and rear, it would have been justifiable to brand it as an adventure bike. But for now it does a decent job. Another thing you need to watch out while embarking on adventures is the underbelly exhaust, so you have to be a little watchful while taking jumps and doing a little bit of mischief off-road. And another thing is the saddle height. You might be wondering, Dino bhai, what is this exact saddle height? It is 835 mm and it might feel taller for some people, but the saddle makes you feel really comfortable. It is very well balanced, easy to handle, easy to flick around. 206 kgs, doesn't feel too heavy, but you have to understand the knack of balancing these taller adventure bikes. So it's all about counterbalance. I've tried to explain it in the motovlog, so let's go and watch it right now. Okay guys, now that I've given you a quick overview of the Tiger 660 really, let's see what it is truly made up of in real world conditions. I'm really curious as always to check its high speed stability. Okay, off we go. We really did touch good speeds. The up to 193 is what I could see, but the bad part is the quick shifter, Triumph shift assist blipper is working flawlessly, but the quick shifter isn't working. Maybe that's a glitch with this particular bike, I'm not sure. But as a proposition, how was it? Here's my ride impression. First of all, the riding ergonomics, very comfortable, nice wide handlebar, raised handlebar, ultimate comfort, well laid out windshield for good wind protection. Yes, height adjustable windshield is there. Then levers, only the brake is adjustable, but the clutch is not adjustable. I really wish that was offered. But again, once the quick shift is working, and mind you, quick shifter, Triumph shift assist, which is quick shifter with auto blipper, is an optional extra. Also, the Bluetooth navigation module is an optional extra. So the Bluetooth module is an optional extra, the quick shifter is an optional extra, and the price of 8.95 lakhs feels a little premium. But what makes this really a great deal is the package. I mean, the compact nature. Yes, it has a 17-liter tank, it weighs around 206 kilos, but it feels very light and nimble. LED lamps up front, LED tail lamps at the back, nice slick 6-speed gearbox. easy to flick around. And another thing is the service interval. That is the icing on the cake. So 16,000 kilometers is the service interval for this one, as well as the Tiger 1200. So once in a year or 16,000 kilometers, which is phenomenal stuff. So once in a year or 16,000 kilometers makes this extremely pocket friendly to maintain, and the kind of comfort it has on offer, the kind of flexibility and versatility it has on offer, that is what makes it really firecracker of a deal. First thing, 41mm USD Showa suspension. This is non-adjustable up front, and 310mm dual discs from Nissan, and you have a disc brake at the back. That is also Nissan caliper, and the brakes are really good. ABS is non-switchable. You get dual channel ABS always, but traction control can be turned off, and even the Triumph shift assist can be turned off. So overall, it is a very good all-rounder package. If you want to have one motorcycle that does it all for you, for city commutes and for highway rides, weekend getaways with your friend or your partner, this is really good. Yes, the subframe has been extended. Now you might think that this is just a Trident 660 with a fairing slapped on top of it. No, the subframe has been extended to offer more pillion room, so comfort is well taken care of. Seats are very well padded, and the foot pegs are rightly set. I can stand up and ride also if I come across dirt terrains. These are Michelin Road 5 tires. These are the same tires that the RR310 had when I did the Ladakh trip, and boy, one of the best tires I have ridden on. So Michelin Road 5s are as good as they can get. Now the not so great things, the clutch cable goes right through the display. Second, as I told you, some software glitch, quick shifter is not working. I read some complaints online as well. Some quick shifter issues are there. Hope they fix it with a software update. Then the speedo console, they call it a TFT console, but it is actually a negative backlit display. The TFT is just the small gear shift indicator that also gets only that blue color, so it is not really a full color TFT console. And visibility is okay. I have set it to brightness 4, so it is kind of decent enough, but it could have been better for the kind of price they are demanding. Again, 17-liter tank is a very good proposition. Great tank range for daily use or for especially highway runs. This is absolute necessary for an adventure tourer, and this has been included. Next thing, what could be better is the suspension travel. Now suspension travel remains the same at 150mm as that of the Trident. So कुछ फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता यार, क्योंकि अगर सस्पेंशन ट्रैवल लॉन्गर सस्पेंशन ट्रैवल ऑफर करते तो दैट वुड हैव बीन रियली अ प्रॉपर एडवेंचर टूरर का हॉलमार्क. But here you have the same suspension travel as the Trident, so while taking it off-road you have to be a little careful and watchful. At the same time, you have an underbelly exhaust. Now that again upscales the risk of scraping the bottom of the bike, so you have to be super careful while tackling some rocks or rocky terrain out there. Apart from that, on tarmac, this is rock solid, very good flickability, handling superb, stability, great acceleration. Oh, you have that triple whistle and the triple song coming alive at the ring of the throttle. And among the likes of the Versys 650 and this one and the V-Storm 650, this one feels light and agile, very easy to flick around, superb handling. You can see direction changes happen in a flash, absolute breeze to handle, and compact dimensions. At the same time, superb high-speed stability even at around 193 kilometers per hour. Ergonomics are well sorted for daily use. Suspension is not too hard. Technique of handling such heavy. Now this is my unfavorable side. I am taking a U-turn, so keep throttle, bend the bike and turn around, so that allows you to take U-turns quickly. Similarly, let me do it one more time. Throttle on, bike bent, and immediate U-turn. Just come here, bike bent, look where you want to go, counterbalance, immediate easy U-turn. So this is how you do it with adventure bikes. I'll try and show it to you with the Tiger 1200, which is one of the heavier bikes as well. But this is a simple technique, counterbalancing. If your bike is bent this side, bend your body the other side. If the bike is bent this side to the right, bend your body to the left. That's how. And look where you want to go, chin over your shoulder, and the bike will turn automatically. Be careful not to use the front brake. Every time you use the front brake, the tendency for the wheel to lock up and to tip over is high. Just use throttle modulation and clutch modulation. Just leave and the bike will start moving ahead. So that is how you do U-turns on ADV bikes. Okay guys, so we are in an off-road stretch. It can handle a little bit of off-roading, not extreme off-roading. The engine is butter smooth. A lot of water puddles here, got to be a little careful. Oh my god. It is fun on the run. And suspension, yeah, it is 150 mm suspension travel. So all you need to do is put pressure on the foot pegs to turn. Oh no. Oh. More water puddles than I thought we'd encounter. Full lake of water in between, but it is fun. Yeah, very easily flickable, and that's what makes this an absolute delight on road. And yeah, it can handle decent amount of off-road as well. Okay, so overall I feel the bike is very well packaged in terms of comfort, in terms of value for money, in terms of maintenance. 16,000 kilometers of once in a year service, so that is phenomenal in terms of pocket friendliness when it comes to after sales maintenance part. What do you think about it? Feel free to comment below and let me know. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, take care, God bless, and ride safe.